Hello, everyone. How's it going out there? Dane here from Moving to Canada.
And
And
I'm Hugo. I'm Hugo from Moving to Canada.
yeah, reunited, dream team, back together once again.
It's been a
Uh,
while.
it has been a while. If you're like an OG YouTube subscriber, by OG I mean like more than like 4 months ago. It's not that long, but it feels like such a long time. The last 4 months feel like they were like 20 years of my life, and also like only 2 days of my life.
Yeah,
Um,
parts of it have gone by very quickly, and other parts extremely slowly.
yeah, it's it's uh it's a wild ride, man. But if you were part of our OG crew, you probably remember Hugo. Back when we did our express entry draw updates from Montreal, Hugo and I would go to parks and buildings and whatnot and try to show you guys the wonderful scenery around Montreal while we did these updates. COVID has ripped us apart, so I am now alone, a lonely heart living on the East Coast in Halifax. And Hugo, why don't you give a little update? Where are you at right now? How's COVID going? Where you're at?
uh, I'm in Montreal, where we used to hang out, and hopefully next year we'll get to hang out. Um, I'm not at the office. I'm out working from home, as millions of people across Canada are right now. Um, And yeah, the situation has improved since the spring. I think it's fair to say. The public health situation has improved a lot. Fewer cases, fewer hospitalizations, and then the economy has picked up. So you can sort of feel it on the streets. If you go for a walk, you can see that more businesses are open. More people feel comfortable getting out and about, which is good to see. And people are respecting the public health guidelines by and large, almost everybody
Yeah.
to the letter, which is great. And obviously, those things are related. So if people respect the guidelines, then you're going to see fewer cases. Yeah, it's been an interesting few months. Montreal was probably the worst hit place in Canada for a while, and that's not the case anymore. Um, and hopefully, the whole country can move towards a better public health situation very soon.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we just maintain the progress that we've been making. Um,
Be like Nova
be
Scotia.
like where I am at, Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia has been doing very well, but it's also a tiny, sparsely populated province, so it's not. It's the right place to be right now. I'm very lucky. But you guys didn't come here just to listen to us talk about COVID across Canada and gaze into Hugo's sparkling blue eyes. You came to get the latest express entry draw results, which is why we are here today. So I'm going to do a quick recap of today's draw results. It was express entry draw number 160 today. The caveat for today's draw is that not everyone was eligible. It was a program specific draw. Once again, it was restricted to candidates with provincial nominations. So only candidates who were successful through a PNP were eligible to receive an invitation. In today's draw, that means that there was a lower number of ITAs issued, only 600, and the minimum CRS score cutoff was quite high for today's draw. It was up at 771 points. I'm going to pull up the draw results on the Moving to Canada website. So if you want to check these out yourself, I'm just going to scroll through them quickly here, but you can also check them out on the website. I'll pop a little link in the description of this video so you can click through there. But Hugo, why don't you tell our audience a little bit about this headline that I'm pulling up right here? Another program specific draw suggests that express entry may be using an alternating approach. So we saw this PNP specific draw. What can that tell us about the trends for express entry going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I always put out the caveat when we try to identify trends, that a trend is retrospective. It doesn't tell you exactly what might happen tomorrow or next month, but it can give an indication of what you might be able to expect. Over the last couple of months, there have been all program draws. So those involved candidates from the federal skilled worker program as well as the other programs. Those occurred, I believe, on July 8th and August 5th.
That's it. Yep.
Um, woo. And yeah, so those involved all candidates. But between those draws and including today, there have been program specific draws specifically for provincial nominees, as is the case today. But also, there have been a couple of CEC specific draws, Canadian Experience Class, for people who have worked recently in a skilled job in Canada. And actually, 13 days ago, there was a federal skilled trades draw, which was the first federal skilled trades draw since the COVID pandemic began. In fact, I think it's the first one.
It was the first one of the year.
I
Yeah,
believe.
you're killing it. You can come back next week.
If there's a draw, or if we've got news to share, or maybe we'll just come back and talk about nothing. Yeah, so there is a trend that has sort of emerged over the last couple of months. We had an all program draw, and then a provincial nominee draw, and a Canadian Experience Class draw back to back the same week, 2 weeks after that all program draw. And then the exact same thing, a similar thing happened after that. There was an all program draw, and there was a federal skilled trades draw as well. Today we had a provincial nominee draw, and I believe that every time we've had a provincial nominee draw on a Wednesday for the last few months, it has been followed on a Thursday by a CEC draw. So there is every expectation that will happen this week. And then hopefully in 2 weeks, there will be an all program draw, because I know that a lot of people out there around the world who are not necessarily eligible for either the CEC or don't have a provincial nomination, but do have a competitive CRS score. That's a lot of acronyms. Sorry, I hope that's okay.
I think most of our audience either knows or they're going to ask us in the comment. But I feel like right. They've got it. I trust you guys.
Yeah. So hopefully there are more federal skilled worker eligible draws over the next few months. Hopefully that there are more of them, that they are large draws, that places downward pressure on the CRS score, because I know that there's thousands and thousands of amazingly talented people around the world who are eligible to immigrate to Canada, who are eager to move to Canada, who probably have told their families that they plan on moving to Canada, but yet aren't yet invited and don't yet have the wheels in motion to actually submit an application. So we remain very hopeful that those people get to submit an application sometime in the next few months, and that they can make 2021 a big year and make their Canadian dream a reality.
Yeah, and just to sort of summarize that, like we just did a Facebook Live video and for our Facebook audience, and we sort of talked about how IRCC is brilliant at establishing patterns, getting you sort of comfortable with this trend that they're doing, and then they just shatter it and they do something completely different. So we're trying to analyze the information that we have, but IRCC likes to sometimes throw some curveballs into the mix. So it's hard for us to. We never guarantee anything when it comes to Canadian immigration, because as we've learned from 2020, nothing is ever guaranteed. Anything can happen, man. So guys, exciting news, something new we want to try out on our YouTube channel for the next express entry draw 2 weeks from now, if there is one. We're not going to do this tomorrow. There's not enough time. But for 2 weeks from now, we're going to be doing a deep dive into an audience question. So if you have a question about express entry that you really want an answer on, you want us to go into more detail, we're asking you to drop a comment here on our YouTube channel just below. And we are going to be choosing one question, which we will be doing a deep dive into. So Hugo and I will take a couple of minutes and try to analyze some data, crunch some numbers, share our expertise, and try to answer your question for you. So that will be there might be a CEC draw tomorrow. There probably will be. Stay tuned to our channel if you're curious about that. But this will be for the draw 2 weeks from now. So make sure you stay tuned and you ask your question in the comments if you want to be considered for that. Last thing I want to mention, since I do have our website pulled up here, is if you haven't already done so, make sure you head over to our website and register an account with Moving to Canada. You get tons of really sick free resources, our Getting Started guide, a free Canadian resume template, access to our Express Entry roadmap, a really cool learning service for Express Entry. It's all totally free. Takes just a minute to sign up. Link is in the description under the video, and you can see the sign up page right there on our website. So I think that's pretty good for today's draw. I've been drinking this Tim Hortons coffee all day. Should we do a Tim's shout out? This video is sponsored not by Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons didn't sponsor this video. But if you come to Canada, you're going to You're gonna find Tim Hortons everywhere.
Yeah, but no one's gonna force you to drink it. So
It's
I
delicious.
made that decision.
It's delicious, Hugo. Coffee snob. Well, this got real. We're making jabs now. Okay, guys. Before this gets too too out of control, we're gonna sign off here. Thank you, Hugo, for joining me today. It's great to have you
My
back in
pleasure.
these videos. And thank you to all of you guys out there watching. If you like it, make sure you like the video. If you want to get notified when there's more updates, make sure you subscribe to our channel. See you
Please
next
subscribe.
time.